Kroger and Albertsons each launched new private label items. New legislation will allow hot food purchases with SNAP benefits, and Sheetz has made Fortune magazine's best companies to work for list for the 10th straight year. Welcome to Retail Daily, your quick look at the top news from Supermarket News and CSP Daily News. I'm CSP Executive Editor Hannah Hammond.
And I'm Supermarket News Senior Editor Bill Wilson. Kroger and Albertsons were a pair before their merger attempt came to a crashing halt. But the two grocers are still thinking alike behind a pair of private label product launches this week. Kroger added 5 products to its R Brands private label line: Private Selection salad kits, Kroger brand kettle-style tortilla chips, Kroger brand restaurant-style Italian dressing, Simple Truth organic instant mushroom tea, and Private Selection muffins. Meanwhile, Albertsons launched over 20 limited edition lemon-inspired own brands products for the spring season. The line, available through May 9th, features candy, cookies, pretzels, chips, popcorn, sparkling water, and more from Albertsons' private label brands Signature Select, Overjoyed, and Soleil.
A bipartisan alliance of congressional representatives and senators, led by Democratic Representative Grace Meng of New York, has introduced the Hot Foods Act, which would permit the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to cover hot food purchases. Currently, SNAP contains a provision that limits purchases to food that needs to be prepared at home before it is consumed, or specifically cold-prepared foods. The Hot Foods Act would remove this prohibition and allow SNAP recipients to use their benefits to buy hot foods like prepared rotisserie chickens, hot sandwiches, soups, and more.
The National Retail Federation said conditions remain relatively positive for consumer spending in 2025 and predicted that retail sales would grow between 2.7% and 3.7% this year. That compares with 3.6% retail sales growth in 2024. Low unemployment and ongoing wage growth are continuing to bolster consumer spending. NRF cautioned, however, that consumer confidence has weakened amid economic uncertainty. The association also predicted that the overall U.S. GDP would dip below 2% this year, down from 2.8% in 2024.
Convenience retailer Sheetz made Fortune magazine's 100 Best Companies to Work For list for the 10th straight year. The Altoona, Pennsylvania-based company ranked 40 on the list and is the only C-store chain that made the cut. Other retailers like Wegmans Food Markets, Publix Supermarkets, Target, and Walmart also made the list.
Investors appear to have flocked to the relative safety of traditional grocery stocks during the turmoil of the first quarter, as most operators saw their share prices rise. While the overall stock market was down 4.63% in the first 3 months of 2025, grocery stocks, including Kroger, Albertsons, Ahold Delhaize, were up in double digits in the first 3 months of the year. One analyst said that investors seeking relief from the downturn in the market overall have moved their money into relative safety of grocery stocks, but the gains could be short-lived as grocers still face significant challenges of growth.
Now more than ever, convenience stores are the destination for Americans seeking pizza. This insight comes from Alive and Kickin' Pizza Crust in its report, State of the Pizza Nation 2025. The report said that 33% of Americans eat pizza at least once weekly. In addition, 45% of convenience store customers buy hot food at least once a week, with pizza being among their most common orders.
The Supreme Court rejected a ruling by a lower court that claimed the FDA had acted arbitrarily and capriciously, and that the FDA had tried to change the rules in the middle of the application approval process. The manufacturers involved make e-liquids in flavors including Killer Custard Blueberry, Rainbow Road, and Iced Blackberry Lemonade.
And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News and supermarketnews.com. I'm Hannah Hammond.
And I'm Bill Wilson. Have a great day.